to Dr. Jha. Thank you very much. And all the participants of this webinar, very good afternoon to all of you. And thanks for joining again. Let me just do a bit of a screen share here. Let's see. And before I start, a small correction. I'm not the academic head for this program at CMMI. I'm just a consultant in the area of academics for this particular program. So it's not like I hold any official title like academic head or anything. But my background, if for those who are interested, is that I've had a long sailing career of 25 years, and even a similar amount of years I put in the maritime training arena. Not so much the type of training that you think is, that you're familiar with, STCW and competency courses and so on, but more directed towards management education, both for senior staff on board and executives in the shore side, including ports and even aviation and so on. On account of my association with IIM Ahmedabad and Bangalore as well, where I've been doing executive education courses as a faculty. So that's a quick background of me. And what I'm going to do now is only giving you an overview of the maritime courses. As Dr. Jha explained, 19 of the courses of this program are management courses and 11 of them are maritime courses. So my brief was to actually give you an overview of what is the maritime part of the program, which I'm going to do now. So let's start with what we can talk of as a contact part only. When we say contact, it is actually being in a classroom along with the professors or facilitators or any of course mates. So those are contact sessions, which of course could be online or they could be conducted on campus physically. But they are the contacts, they are called contact courses or contact sessions. And then we have courses. So, the entire program is consisting of 30 courses, out of which 11 of the courses are maritime courses. Out of those 11, the first 6 would be core maritime courses. And they will appear in module 3, which will be in the 3rd trimester, more or less. And the 6th maritime core course will appear in module 5, couple of months later. And all of these courses will be held physically on campus at the IIM campus in Mumbai. So participants have to be present there. They have to schedule their time so they can attend physically there. That's the 6 maritime courses. And then we have 5 more courses, which we will call elective maritime courses. And there will be a list of 12 electives, which I'll show to you just now, out of which each person who has enrolled will be choosing any 5, and they will be conducted online in module 7. So module 7 will follow 3 months later. They'll be online. So that's the 11 maritime courses. I will explain a little bit more in detail shortly. Meantime, just for you to know, and I think you may have worked it out, each course is worth 3 credits. So we have 105 credits program. You take away 6 for the internship, 6 for the capstone, and 3 for the global online. So that's 15. So that leaves 90 credits. Out of 90 credits, then the maritime courses, which are 19 and 11 in number, 3 credits each. So 33 credits will come on the maritime side, whereas 67 credits will come on the management side, which will be conducted by IIM faculties. So 3 credits, and each course is of 30 contact hours, right? So that's just to put that in a framework of what is the time. But do remember, this is an executive MBA program. It's not like you come to class, put in the class time and that's the end of it. The class is only a small part of it. What you get in the class, that has to be followed up with self-study, with research, with assignments, with case study preparations, all sorts of stuff. So it's, you can schedule about twice as much time as the contact hours for the non-class learning. So whether that is individually or in groups that you may form within your batch, that all will be guided. But uh, it's it's a time that you have to allocate for a program like this. But for that matter, for any MBA program, don't just go by the number of class hours. Okay, so that's the maritime course part. Let me go to the core courses. So these are the titles of the core courses. We'll be starting with business environment and shipping. We'll be going on to seaborne trade and international maritime policy. Then we will look into the commercial management of ships and then correspondingly the technical operations. And then we will come to maritime insurance, claim handlings, things like that. And finally to the ports and terminals management, right? So these are the 6 core courses. The objective of these courses is to provide what we may call broad-based understanding of the maritime sector. So wherever you are working as, in a management role, in whichever part of the maritime sector you are in, your vision or your current existing knowledge may be more or less limited to that role that you're performing. But to be more effective as a manager, you got to have a broad-based view of the entire industry in which you are in. And therefore, these core maritime courses are going to support that requirement. So obviously, if it's not like we are going to become experts in each of these fields. We just, we have a course on maritime insurance and claim handling. That does not make us ready for taking up a profession in maritime insurance. Nothing like that. Not at this level, because we'll be addressing all these subjects in a broad way, as we say, not in the depths that are needed to be professionally qualified for those particular roles. But as a manager in any role, then we have to have the knowledge of the entire industry, and this more or less will capture all of that in the core courses. I come to the electives. Then these are the 12 electives, and you will see all of them more or less are following the word management, which means to say that you are going to be doing these electives from the management aspect, not to become experts or not to become trained in that particular field or subject area, which will require its own technical or qualifications if you want to enter that. For example, if you want to go into I will take, for example, here, vessel revenue management, and then it is all about commercial shipping. So this you would need to really go further into ICS or maybe acquire, MICS kind of qualifications to be there. But as an elective, you'll be well placed to perform the roles as a manager in whichever field you are working, if you have chosen those electives which sort of fit it in with your line of work, right? It was in the core courses. We'll be building on that for each of these. But then, depending on which 5 you select, for you to figure that out in the part of the industry in which you want to sort of specialize. So I don't want to use the word specialization as such, but certainly you'll be, as a manager, better prepared if you have made your choices, judiciously, and I'm sure it will work out much better then. But yeah, do be clear that there is nothing like in an MBA and so and so with a specialization. We are not offering that as yet. Electives are only to give you the opportunity to pursue the area in which you have most interest. That's about it. Now, the question which may be on the mind of all of you who are maybe considering to attend, what's in it for you? Well, I'll try to answer that to the best of my knowledge and experience. Let's start with just understanding that managerial education per se has not been a strong point in the maritime industry. And it's only of late that people have started thinking of acquiring management degrees. Otherwise, it was all like, functional learning on the job and experience in the line of work that took you further in the profession. Me included. I mean, we've all risen up that way. Everyone counts sea time or, learning or the time spent in a particular role, etc., through to move on to the next level. Which is fine. And when you get there, then you realize that, you have the managerial challenges for which you really were not prepared as such, but you dealt with them in the best of the way that you could, and you learned from that experience. And that has not always been the best way. I mean, it is the most expensive way, learning on the job, because if, things go wrong, then the learning really happens. As now also we are looking at mid-career opportunities. This is a trend that we see happening of late, the last 20, 30 years. People in the middle of their career would need to take some time off, see what they can do to sharpen their management skills, and maybe now if you're in the industry like ours, then maybe also, increase your industry know-how. But opportunities for this in our industry have been very, very poor. And this program, as described earlier, is a very good gap filler out there. So we talk of Industry 4.0. For those who knows what Industry 4.0 mean, they will understand this well, that, now we have even the maritime sector, which is a very traditional area, maritime. Hundreds of years we've been transporting cargoes, running ships, a very traditional way of doing things. But Industry 4.0 is changing maritime sector as well. And now with that kind of change, management education is becoming more or less a requirement. If you apply for a job in, mid-level management in any company, they will start looking whether you got an MBA or not. I mean, and not just any MBA. Obviously, I think an MBA that is meaningful will take you places. It's just not adding, 3 alphabets behind your name that's going to be enough. So therefore, when you do an MBA, you have to choose carefully where to do it. And here within the industry, this obviously will carry a great lot of weight for those higher management positions, which ultimately we all aspire for. So we call this a sectoral executive MBA, sectoral meaning maritime sector in this case. Executive MBA meaning that you are not going to be starting at a grad level doing a postgrad, but you're expected to be coming in with work experience with some level of executive experience as well. And therefore, you will be better placed to absorb the learning the way it is going to be imparted, because, you have been out in the field, you have seen how companies work. So the approach to the entire pedagogy is different for executives, and learning is more fast-tracked. So, yeah, ultimately, with that ammunition that you may have once you have that, MBA degree, then you may will qualify for higher positions very much, within the sector. But even then, even if it's not always higher positions, it's not like a guarantee that, everyone will just step up. But once you're through with the program, you will find your life has kind of changed. in the sense that you can get a lot more confidence in taking up the managerial responsibilities and improving your managerial effectiveness and enhancing performance and so on. So what's in it for me? This is all, this is all what it is. And if I have to put it on one line after this program, if you're done it, with full gusto and enthusiasm, you get ready for the top spot. So, and that will be the effort of the faculty and all the core learning that will go on, that people get ready for reaching the top. So that's really all from my side about the maritime part. Thank you very much. And I do hope to see you in the class someday. Thank you.